act your way to the gym if you have to. There is no right or wrong. I know some people will shout at you on Instagram, go, "What's your excuse? Why aren't you doing this?" You're allowed to have a million excuses. Simon the Board A-hole here, along with Stanley the Games Giraffe as a flip and Gerald the fitness mascot. I've just completely screwed up my layout for these guys. They're just your fitness mascots, making you feel good about life and making you feel good about going to the gym in the Fitness Palace of Love. Today, it's a bit of a weird one, but I think kind of an interesting one too, because you can go to any kind of fitness YouTuber or read any kind of fitness article, and you'll have a bunch of people telling you, no, you should do this exercise, you should do that exercise, you should eat this should be your recovery time, and a bunch of helpful information that you do need to know. But sometimes it's not actually about the science behind it or the information. It's about how you feel, and it's the mental side of health and fitness. And sometimes, I'd say maybe most of the time, the mental side is the hardest part. I mean, how many even times have you been ready to go to the gym or think you're ready to go to the gym, but then something inside of you goes, oh, I don't really want to go today. You're like, what are you doing, brain? Why are you fighting me? We need to go and get this done. When you do arrive at that thing, my advice to you would always be just go for half the time. So if you plan to do a 90-minute workout, do half of that, because trust me, when you get to 45 minutes, you're just going to go, you know what? I'm here. I will keep continuing. However, if you are brand new at the gym and you are slightly intimidated by it, there are other things you can do to improve every single gym session until it just feels like you're chilling out in your house. Which is why, yes, this is 8 uncommon gym tips to make sure every single session just gets better and better. Number 8 is wearing clothes that make you feel good and that you like. Now, if you had told me this one around about probably 15 years ago, I would have looked at you and gone, you're an absolute maniac. What the hell are you talking about? But then I started getting into's a bit strong, but I started wearing clothes that I actually liked the look of. I liked how they made me feel, and I felt my confidence go up. More importantly, I felt my self-confidence go up when I was in the gym because it made me feel good. I don't want to get too hippie trippy or hocus pocus or anything like that, but it's true. It's just a fundamental reality of being a human being. When you feel good, you emit positive energy, and that kind of hits off the walls and your surroundings, and it bounces back not only on other people, but onto you. And then you start to feel fabu. And if that's the kind of thing you need in the gym to make sure that you're more motivated, you should absolutely go and buy some gym clothes that you like, even if they are slightly more expensive than you would think otherwise, because there is this quite understandable counter argument to this, which is, why are you going to spend a lot of money on something you're just going to sweat in? It's like, that's a very good point, Jack. You know what you're talking about. But ultimately, there is logic to this, and I know because I've done it. Now, I know Gymshark gets a lot of hate for the Instagram. We've talked about it before. We don't need to talk about it again, but I do think they make very nice clothes. I'm just using them as an example. You've got Nike, Adidas, Under Armour. There's a bunch. I'm just using Gymshark because they're in my head. And honestly, when I wear some of their sort of nice vests to the gym and I'm feeling positive and I'm feeling good, I genuinely feel like I have a better workout. So if you do look at the Fitness Palace of Love and you look at the gym and you are kind of, like I say, intimidated by it, start with something like this. You need to ensure that you're feeling all pumped and ready to go, and trust me, it's actually quite a good way to go about it. Number 7 is listen to music that makes you want to run through walls. Now, I made a video on Monday that was just a joke. People take everything I say so literally, which I do appreciate, but it was, 7 really weird things you always see in the gym. And number 7 is some people don't wear headphones. You don't have to wear headphones. I'm just saying I love music and the way it makes me feel in the gym so much that when I see people not wearing them, I'm like, man, that guy's a massive psychopath. But I get it. Some people like the sound of steel and some people just like to be in the ambience and in the environment. But I genuinely think we sometimes forget about the power of a good tune. And I do this too. Like sometimes I'll be listening to an audiobook because maybe I'm listening to it on the way to the gym and I just keep it playing. And then I kind of have this moment, this sort of out of body experience. I'm like, why don't I really feel like I'm pushing it? Then I realize my music isn't on. And I put on some metal, some Metallica, some Megadeth, some Motorhead, boom, boom, boom. And all of a sudden, my adrenaline goes up and I tap into whatever that magic power that music does. And I'm lifting better, I'm lifting longer. And once again, that positive vibes, that positive energy comes back and you're smashing it. And it doesn't matter what it is. We've talked about this before too. If it's the Backstreet Boys, awesome. If it's Rihanna, awesome. If it's NSYNC, awesome. If it's Beyonce, awesome. Who cares? If somebody else can listen to your music and go, oh, you're such a pansy for listening to that kind of music, they are a loser. Whose biggest problem in life is what other people are listening to musically. It's like when you get into metal, there are some crazy people out there that go,
you don't listen to real metal.
What are you talking about? What does that mean? You don't listen to real metal. Well, you're just an apparition of a human being. It's like, what does that mean? Exactly. Now we're just talking ridiculous sentences to each other, and it's a waste of time. So don't let anybody put you off. You smash those tunes out as loud as you possibly can, within reason. You've got to respect other people. But it helps. It truly, truly helps. Number 6 is don't go at busy time, right? So many people get in touch with me, and I always appreciate it. And they're like, I really want to go to the gym, Simon, but I'm intimidated by it. It's quite a scary place, which I get. You've never been there before. Even when you move a new house, this is always my example. Like, oh, I'm in a weird new house, even though you own it. So what you can do, and most websites, especially 24-hour gyms, they will have something on their app or on their website where it says what their busy times are. So you can retroactively go, well, if I go at 2 p.m., it's less busy, there's going to be less people in there, and just naturally you're going to feel more at ease. You're going to feel calmer, and therefore you're going to feel better. And even if all of a sudden it does, you do get this sort of run of people and it starts building up a little bit, it won't matter because you're there and you've already established your base, right? And it'll get to the point where you don't even think about that. It could be 8 p.m., which I presume is a busy time at the gym. I can't remember, they've been closed for so damn long. But you go at 8 p.m., you're like, this is cool, this is fine, I know my routine, I know my plan, I know what I'm doing, and I can get through this. So kind of like hack your way to the gym if you have to. There is no right or wrong. I know some people will shout at you on Instagram, go, what's your excuse? Why aren't you doing this? You're allowed to have a million excuses, but just figure out a way to make them work for you and your lifestyle. Number 5 is go with a friend. I mean, how life is just better with friends, right? No matter where you're going to go, doctors, dentists, I don't know what else sucks, but one of those things, if you have a buddy with you, it just takes away that fear. It takes away the scariness of the situation you're going in. That comes down to video games too. Everything is better with co-op. Not necessarily true all the time. But when a game does have a good cooperative option and you can play it with somebody else, with a buddy, with a pal, with a friend, it just makes it so much nicer. And it's the same with the gym. Things are less intimidating when you do it in pairs. It's like you're a little bit of an army. You wouldn't go into a war just by yourself unless you were absolutely nuts. So if we want to take the Fitness Palace of Love and say that it's a war, make sure you've got your team. Make sure you've got your battle-ready guards, and then it will be a lot easier. It truly, truly will. And if you can't find anyone to come with you, it sounds a bit cheesy, right? But maybe just kind of make nice and make friendly with the receptionist. So at least when you do get there and you go, hi, friendly receptionist, and they go, hello, Jean, I don't know what your name is, it'll just give you that little bit of a boost, and once again, just make the environment feel a little bit more comfortable. Number 4 is to plan in your rest days. Like, we're all planning when we are going to go to the gym. Like, Monday I'm going to do pull, and Tuesday I'm going to do legs, or Wednesday I'm going to do arms, whatever the hell it is. But rarely do you go, on Thursday I'm going to rest. And I tell you, it's nice and simple. This one doesn't even need to take more than a few seconds. If you plan in your rest day, let's say it's Thursday, wonderful rest day Thursday, and you get to Wednesday and you have one of these situations, you're like, man, I want to go to the gym, I'm tired, you are more likely to tell yourself, oh, well, you may as well go now, because on Thursday, you know that you've planned in a rest. That is simple gym mathematics, right? It just is. That's what you do. It's why cheat meals work so well. If it's Friday night and you just want to make love to a pizza, but you've already got making love to a pizza planned in on Saturday, naturally you go, well, I'll wait 24 hours because that's what I said I was going to do. And number 3 ties into that too. Tell yourself what time you're going to go to the gym and what time you're going to leave. Now, this is more of a beginner thing because I think an intermediate or an advanced lifter just knows what they have to get done, and whatever time frame that takes will be fine. But if you're going to the gym again at 7 p.m. and you've told yourself you need to be out there by 8:20 p.m., not only are you going to be more focused, not only are you going to be more intense, not only are you going to double down and make sure you get the stuff done that you need to get done, but it also won't feel like this never-ending story of terribleness. Like if you have a meeting at work and someone just goes, it's 3 p.m. and you go, what time does it finish? They go, I don't know. You'd be like, well, how do I plan the rest of my day? What do I do at 4? What do I do at 5? What do I do with this call that I meant to schedule at 6? You have absolutely no clue. But if you've said to yourself, oh, the meeting starts at 2 and it will end at 3 o'clock, you're like, okay, cool. I will block off that 60 minutes and I will dedicate it to the meeting. Do the same with the gym. And I understand we're getting a bit systematic with it, but if that's what you need to do, that's what you should do. Even if it's an hour, 7 till 8 p.m. It's not, it doesn't have to be gym time, workout time, walk time, jump up and down on the floor time, run into a wall time if you think that's going to burn some calories. Just have a fitness hour for you. And you're more likely to do it. You're more likely to stick to it. And again, it will just focus your workout so much better because you know, oh, if I get to the end of that hour and I got to do something else, I don't want to run out of time. Not even wearing a watch. Number 2 is just don't overthink it. Right? Don't overthink it. It's so easy to go, I'm going to go to the gym and everyone's going to look at me and everyone's going to laugh and then I'm going to fall on the treadmill and the treadmill's going to fling me off and I'm going to go flying down the stairs and then the person that owns the gym is going to ban me and then I'm going to get arrested. And you're like, how the hell did this happen when I just planned to go to the gym? We can all go on these flights of fancy. We can always get incredibly apprehensive and incredibly anxious, but just try not to overthink it. I get it's easier said than done. It's like sort of anxiety 10 years ago when you'd say to someone, I'm anxious to go, just get over it. it, man. You're like, if you don't think I've thought of that, you absolute piece of trash. And it's the same with the gym, but it is just a place. And if anybody there intends to try and make you feel like you don't belong, they're the asshole. And ironically, it's them that don't belong. I've been going to the gym for a long ass time, and I've had these feelings too, especially when I started to go. And I've never even looked at anyone. Sometimes I'd barely even realize anybody else is in the gym because I'm so focused on what I'm doing. So if it really is stressing you out, just try it. Just one day, just take yourself there and go and use all these other tips. But it really isn't as bad or as terrifying as you think it is, even though I understand why you would think it would be. It's not a bunch of meatheads walking around going, bro. And I've been to those gyms, and I tell you, those gyms are actually less intimidating, aside from the fact that they're all lifting crazy weights, because they're so into what they're doing. You may as well be a bug on the wall. And number one, to tie into number two, is just tell yourself you belong, right? We're getting into well cheesy territory now, but I don't even care. Cheese is delicious. Who doesn't want to dive into all the cheese? Why the hell aren't you allowed to go to the gym? Genuinely a question. Ask yourself. They're not rhetorical at all. Why can't you go to the gym? What, because you're overweight, because you're fat, because you're thin, because you can't lift more than the bar, because you don't like deadlifts, because you just want to do machines, you just want to do cardio? There's a bunch of questions, but the answers are always no. You're allowed to be in the gym. You've paid your money. You know what your plan is. There's no right or wrong. I mean, there are things you can do that were more dangerous, I suppose, but somebody may come up and help you, or you'll learn with time. You'll get that experience. But you have every right to be in the gym along with everybody else. And the only reason I mention this one, again, is because people say, oh, but there are all these muscly people there, or these fit people there, and I don't feel like I'm one of them. It's not a clan, unlike your buddy that comes with you with the gym. They're just people that have been doing it for longer than you. They had to walk in there day one as well. And if they have forgotten about that and have somehow, acclimatized to this weird place where they are judging other people, then you should go in there and you should kick their ass. And if I'm there, I'll come help you kick their ass. They'll be on the floor. We'll just be booting them, and then we will actually go to jail, and all those other fears will come true. But hopefully you take my point right. Sometimes it's good to kind of, figuratively slap yourself around and go, I'm allowed to go to the gym. Why the flub am I not allowed to go to the gym? Because you are allowed to go to the gym. If you are over here in the UK, or England, I should say, they open up against on Monday, or the 12th of April. So if you've been planning and you've been overthinking it a bit, just go. Just go on Monday. It's going to rock. It's going to be awesome. It's going to change your life. You may even find out that you actually prefer working out from home, but that's really important too. You can have a list of things, and if you can cross some of them off and go, oh no, I'd rather not do that, then you've learned, and you know to do something a little bit different the next day. So there you go, 8 uncommon gym tips that will hopefully make every single gym session you do a little bit better, especially when you are a beginner. Now, please do like the video, share the video, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. That way you know when other videos are going live. There's another video right there. Give it a click if you want some more Simon Miller in your life, and why wouldn't you? My parents don't, so I'd understand. Twitter and Instagram are SimonMiller316, SimonMiller.bigcartel.com for merchandise. If you use the code MANIA right now, you get 50% off until the end of the week, which will be April the 11th at 11:59 p.m. I am very low on stock, so basically I'm just trying to sell through all that so I can then get a new stock. That's how it works. You've got to spend money to make money. Other way around here, make money to spend money. Patreon.com/SimonMiller316 if you want to support financially as well. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining me as always. Good luck in the gym, and I'll see you on the next one.